Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the episode review of season 2 of Hell's Paradise. So the final episode of the season, and so now we get into season 3, which I don't know if it's been announced yet, but guaranteed there'll be a season 3 after this though. But thing is though, really quick, just Crunchyroll. I like Crunchyroll, done a lot of good work. But with the properties of the with the animes they're releasing, but Crunchyroll has its problems. They've been having some couple of few issues over from the past, like about a few months, and so I don't get what Crunchyroll's problem because I was ready to watch the new episode, but it was like the episode was delayed, and so I had to find of course I had to find a place to watch, right? So I'm like, till I did find it, so I'm like, I don't know what Crunchyroll's problem is though. I mean, they just need to get their shit together, and just. But that's for another time though. But just like Crunchyroll, I like Crunchyroll though with some of the animes they've done they helped with, because they're not the studio that makes them; they're the brand that releases them under their name, So, but just sometimes they gotta just get their shit together though. We're releasing things on time, so. But anyway, get into the though. Now that Shugen and the rest of the second party, while riding on the monsters, right? And the rest of the Iwagaka Shinobi, they were in order to take out everyone except don't harm the Asaimons, but kill the rest of the monsters and the criminals. Like some of them, they skip over when they meet with Shion. They avoid him, but they attack Nurugai. Or with Toma, they attack his brother. Or if it was Fuji, they avoid him and attack Genzo Tessai, the Blade Dragon. So they avoid the Asaemon but attack the criminals because under the orders. So and but then when they try to try to attack Gabimaru because he passed out because someone since he used the regenerating ability, it's taking a toll on like a shorten his lifespan, right? So he passes out, but when I think they got the drop, they got the sneaking up on him. He takes the weapons and just decapitates all of them. What it looked like, and so, and then I guess like the kind of like the leader of the Iwagaka Shinobi, this woman, um, which we see in flashbacks talking to the chief. Which you take out Gabimaru, you can be the next. You'll be called the next Gabimaru of the Hollow. And we see like back when she was a kid, she's the one who was trained by Gabimaru from what it looks like, because she used like when she fights Rian, the leader of the Tenzin, right? She used like the same like flame techniques that Gabimaru has, like Nimpo, set ablaze, or when she blows fire, it's like kind of like a set ablaze mode or something like that. So she learned from Gabimaru, so I guess she has a little bit of infatuation with him because for why so it's like, oh, she's like almost a little excited, I guess. So, and we see her fight was just begin to she approaches Rian, and we see her starts blowing fire with it at him. So, and they see like Rian's plan to infect the rest of the world with the poison butterflies and stuff, and so then what was the woman's name of the female shinobi? Basically, like leave one boat, burn the rest, and we see some of the doshi, the one that works with the Tenzin. We see him riding on tree horses. And it becomes an all-out war. We see multiple shinobi fighting with the doshi, and then we see fighting with our main characters, and this mix of our characters fighting also the monster doshis as well. So it's becoming like an all-out war now, and so that we see with the Asaemon. Now that each Asaemon approaches each of the separated group of the characters, like the lazy Asaemon. What was his name again? He's the one who's lazy and wants to go home. Yeah, Jika. That's what his name is, Jika. The lazy one who wants to go home, but he has a pack of shinobi with him, and they approach Shion and no. They approach Toma and Chobe, and he says that Toma's like, "Why are you protecting him?" He's like, and he kind of guesses that that's his brother. He's like, "Oh, are you guys?" Yeah. So he's with him. They find them, and then the young Asaemon, the boy one is a boy. Yeah, I think the young one who looks like a kid, right? He goes and finds Shion and Nurugai, and then Shugen, who's so unhinged right now. Well, he's unhinged because he's emotionally unhinged because he wants to avenge the deaths of all of his comrades. So he's emotionally unhinged. So he wants to take out all the monsters and all the criminals. But he says anyone who has stained the shogunate name, right? So including Osman, who becomes traitors, I guess. Well, if they align themselves with the criminals, so Shugun, he finds himself with Fuji and Gatetetsai, and of course Fuji sees him. He's like, Shugun, and so because they're gonna prepare to fight, so. There's no as a nowhere what Fuji says, there's no reasoning with Shugun because he's just too far off the rails, and he wants to go and kill Gazu Tetsai, and he's willing to kill him because he's defending a criminal. And then we see with the female Asaemon, Isuzu, who's the brother of Genji, who got killed in the first season by the giant of Bison, right, when he got sideswiped by him. Her brother, yeah. She goes and finds Saguri with Mei, and also, like I called it, fighting the Shinobi when they fight them, which she doesn't want to kill the Shinobi. She hits them with the sheath of her sword, right? That's the sheath of the cover that covers we put the blade in, right? She hits them with that, not wanting to kill them. And then Yuzuriha comes in with her venom web, whatever, or gooey venom, and takes them out, which I'm like, I knew it. She's alive. They were just baiting us in, So yeah, she was just sitting there, just time to recover, and she also went to get a change of clothes as well. So, I knew she was alive. I was calling it that she was alive. They would not kill her because she's a badass character. But I know getting to season 3 though, I'm guarantee you one. I know one for sure. A main character is gonna die. I know that because like I said, I read, the manga so far. So I know some main characters are gonna die. One in particular though. So I'm not gonna say anything. So. But by baiting his in, it's like, oh, I know that Yuzuriha was still alive though. But Isuzu's like, why are you defending that criminal Yuzuriha? She's a killer ninja. Now why are you defending her? Come back and join us, and let's fight Yuzuriha, right? And so, and that's gonna be another fight because after what Sagari said that we're all gonna make it off this island, both Asaemon and criminal, both in the first season she said we're both gonna get this, we're all gonna get out of here alive. So after especially all the shit that they've been through, they don't want to fight. They just want to get the hell out of there, but. She understands because it's part of the Asaemon code though, and Isuzu is by the book though, but frankly, I don't think she's not going to listen to reason either. She's gonna see Sagari as a traitor for defending a criminal, siding with a criminal. So it's and we see we get this wide shot of the doshi on this side and the samurai on this side. I meant that the shinobi on one side, they're all coming out, all war together, and then Jujuju or Juju, the Tenzin, the one who killed Tenza, though which Shion was fighting with, he was willing to sacrifice his own life to. We see his or her head because it's like her just like crawling by the vines of through the neck, and combines itself with the tall tree that Rian was showing Chobei earlier, where the elixir of life was coming from, right? So she combines herself with that and becomes this huge giant form, and we see that Gabimaru is on his way, and he's still saying he's gonna come back to his wife no matter what. He's gonna come back alive, which apparently has a lot more than his work cut out for him, because fighting the Tenzin just drained him for to using his ability, right? And so yeah, he's just gonna have fight a lot more tough. Now with fighting against the other Asaemon, the Shinobi, the Doshi, and of course now with the new monster of Juju, right? And so, yeah. So, but regardless of whether Crunchyroll's problems, so this was a fantastic episode. I love the first season. Like I said, I think it's overhated because some people complain about it though, but I don't think it deserves it because I love the first season. Season two has been absolute a blast to watch. It's definitely in the quality of its production of animation with the action sequences is definitely it's definitely a step above. It's definitely a step up. Definitely, I love the action sequences, and it's very slick and clean with the animation. I understood what was going on. I enjoy our main characters again. I know for sure that certain characters are not gonna make it though, because like I said I read the manga, so I'm not gonna. So no spoilers though. So because we know for sure, because even if you didn't read the manga though, right? You know that some of our main characters are gonna die though. So, but Bob, it's just no spoilers though. So, but now it's just now with Isuzu sees Sagari as a traitor, and then even probably Shugen sees the same thing with Fuji, and then with all the other ones who are siding with the criminals, like Fuji, let's say Sagari, Toma because his brother, and so and then with Shion with Nurugai, so. But it's like I said, now it's an all-out war now, and we'll try at the same time still trying to get the elixir alive and get off the island through that water gate that Rion is at, right? Rion is at. But yeah, it's gonna be another bloodbath, right? And like I said, Shogun he's so emotionally unstable. He's not gonna prepare to listen to reason for anything. Kill the criminals, the monsters, and even other ones who have stained the clan's name. So yeah, there's no reason with this guy. So anyway, but yeah, Hell's Paradise season 2, the final episode of the season, great, and I do looking forward to it. People say instead of a third season, there are talks of a movie. Well, because there is more contact that would make up for a third season, but I would say a movie is. I would say out of the question. I'd rather watch season 3 rather than a movie. As much as I would love to see that on the big screen, though. I would love to see Hell's Paradise on the big screen. But a season 3 would be much more appropriate to watch. So yeah, so that's episode 20. I know I'm always doing this, always checking what episode it was because I'm always forgetting. Yeah, so episode 25 of season 2 of Hell's Paradise. So, but anyway, yeah. Love the first season, and I absolutely love the second season just as much as the first season. I think season 2 has been definitely a step up than the first season, definitely. But anyway, thanks for watching, and now I think there's one more episode to watch of Chain Soldier, and that's about it. And then then I'll discuss later what I'm gonna watch for the springtime of the season of springtime. So, but we'll get to that afterwards. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Later. And what I said, Hell's Paradise, beyond 10 out of 10 overall. The whole series I'm talking about. Later.